Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming to my channel. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable on camera. I hate being on camera. I hate when somebody's taking pictures of me and I do not know it or filming me. So I'm getting a little more comfortable. And with that being said, I actually decided today to go in a different direction with my life and put down my job for now. I have worked various jobs all throughout my life, all kinds of jobs. I've got a pretty good skill set with most of the work I've done. But let's see, I worked before I had my kids. I did tons of waitressing. I worked at a bank. I worked at an insurance agency. I had gone to college for court reporting. I had gone to hairdressing school and graduated while I was pregnant with my firstborn son. And then because I didn't think I could get pregnant, along came my firstborn son, and I was so thrilled to be pregnant that after I graduated, we found it was cheaper to stay home and accept the Medicaid instead of me pursuing my career. So with that in mind, I then had boom, 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 more, and then then we had even more. So those years I stayed home with my kids, and I stayed home for many reasons. One, because I love kids. Two, it was cheaper. It made more sense rather than sending your kids to daycare. It really made sense for me to be home, and I wanted to homeschool. And that, with living in a tiny trailer, were the two factors that changed my life from being a bit somewhat materialistic. Not too bad. I actually had, I was pretty content as a kid on very little, playing outside, going over to families' houses. I didn't, my grandmother brought me a lot when I was growing up, but I appreciated it, but I personally did not ever feel, maybe being an introvert, that I needed a lot. But yet, especially as a teenager, I kind of felt empty. I was trying to find my way. And there was a time that I thought stuff would fill me, or looking a certain way or having a certain status would make me feel better. And then from there, once I had kids, living on a 3%, 3 times below poverty is what I was told at one point we were. My whole life changed, and I went right into minimalism before it was even called that. We lived on very little. We lived on nothing. And the reason why we lived on nothing is because I wanted to be home with my kids. I wanted the riches that money can't buy. So then afterwards, I had more time to work. I went into, different jobs to support my family, not just to look like I have a name for myself or a career. So now I just decided to take another break, just because I'm feeling like I'm being directed differently now in my life. And whether I work or whether I don't work really is not the issue. The foundation is my family and my walk with God. So because I've decided to stay home for a little bit again, this time it's for me. It's not so much for the homeschooling. It's not for my kids who are independent. It's for me now. It's for me to enjoy my home while I have it. It's for me to take this very vital time in my life to figure out which way I'm going. We're still looking for a place to live, looking for rentals, looking for a place to buy. I'm not sure which way to go. But no matter what, right now I have a lot to do. So I'm taking this time to enjoy my home while I have it before we move on to whatever the future holds. And I'm taking it for my own self-care. So with that in mind, I think it's okay to say, I've stayed home to give to my family, and now it's my turn. So these are some books I thought I'd share. I don't mean to be all over the place. I just got a lot going on in my head, different videos. I have like a list of things I'm thinking of. But what my newest projects have been is Everybody Has a Podcast, this book. I'd recommend. I've been looking into flipping houses and how you do that. Another project I've been working on is Instagram for your business, and this is, a book for dummies, which I like because it's pretty basic. Law for dummies. See, starting a business. So this is something I definitely have started. I have started my own business, but before I get clients, I want to really dig in there and make sure I have a good foundation. Building a website, I'm working on that book, and I'm working on, a YouTube book. So these are my newest projects. I also have a book about photography. I have a book about RVs, thinking about, do I want to travel? What is my bucket list? So anyways, let me just finish up with saying that as I have decided to change direction in my life, I think what I'm looking to do is start really getting serious about my YouTube too, and using it to really help women. There have been so many arguments coming my way about why women should have abortions, and I don't have to be out there on the sidewalk, although I have been. I don't have to be out there making a name for myself, and I think Abby Johnson has done a great job, and Lila Rose, and I appreciate what these women have done for the pro-life movement. But I think there's a lot of women who are overlooked, who are just family women. They just raise their children. They just are faithful throughout their lives and take care of their families. That's all they do. And I think we can learn a lot from these women who have had a lot of children and who have been married for a long time. And I think these women are, and obviously I think Abby and Lila are great, but I think there's a lot of great women of the Christian faith who have a lot to teach us. And as I learn from them and I'm being inspired by other people, I'd like to be able to feed that to my audience and help girls understand that it's not just an abortion, it's a baby, it's your future family. This affects generation after generation, and being a family woman is a very high calling. I mean, you have so much responsibility, and we'll talk about that in the future and all the joys of having a family. So I'm going to stop this for now and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Okay, thanks guys.